Welcome back to Kentucky Route Zero, where we explore the village after the flood. Some of these are really old. Maybe we should open them. Haha, he says not to open other people's mail, kid. I know what he said. But if they're not even here to open it themselves, I won't tell a soul. I'm generally not sure about what to do here in this game. Until finally it just gave away. But you did good work, it's not your fault. They didn't let you finish, that's all. If they let you finish, oh, forget about it. This place would be as dry as a bone. You always did good work. It's a memorial. Is it just me or is it getting foggier? No one there. Oh! Go fucking there! Cat. Clyde lay on his back on the runway, hands folded behind his head halfway between dreams and afternoon sun. He entertained the momentary delusion that he'd survived the plane crash and was vaguely unhappy when the dream faded. The runway smelled like oil, years of leaky light aircraft taking off and landing. All the state said they wanted was to knock down some trees, many trees, and build a road tying the small town to the larger web of streets and highways that entombed the rest of the country. It would bring in new goods, new people, maybe even new cash from tourism. Many of the residents supported the area. But Clyde, in his inner cycle of stunt pilot turned mail carriers, knew that a road would be the end of their secluded paradise. Oh, they're having a little paperboat. Shoppy seas today, Captain? Aye, Captain. Let's reinforce the sails. I'm just going around in circles again and again. I'm just curious, I guess. I know them pretty well by now, but I'd like to have known them better. There's one I think is called Jorge. He left us some clues in books a while back. I leave the radio on for him just at night. He seems to like the AM call-in shows, but just out of tune. So where to next, miss? I'm beginning to think I might stay here. Is that ridiculous? I'm glad to know someone will be around after we're gone. You still here? She's not here anymore. Oh, it's fixed. There you are. I think this other cat was looking for you. Will you be a family now? You seem pretty different, but that's good. You can teach each other. I wonder if I'll ever learn to fly. Yeah, it's repaired now. Oh, so it's in the open and he has a ventilator. Is it called ventilator in English? He has a fan set up, which is totally weird and wrong. He's alone there now. Heavier than they look. Sure, everyone's heavy after they've passed, it's only natural. The spirit has no weight. In fact, it lifts us up a little. Oh, it's you again. Yeah, well, feel free to pitch in. I'm sure this would go a lot quicker with 2 of us on it. Busy, huh? What left the sunbeam unslept then? Suit yourself, I'll be here. I'm just flailing around the map, seeing where I can interact and hoping that it will lead to something. There are 2 persons. Do you know how long you have to be asleep before you can start dreaming? Sometimes I think I'm dreaming even when I'm awake. Entirely possible, even if you never go to sleep, you start dreaming on your feet. The people who built this library were always experimenting, they took nothing for granted, even sleep. They called themselves the people of nothing, fearless experimenters. Whenever I make a decision, I never know what's going to happen next. Is that an experiment? Sure, experimenting is abandoning expectation. You'd fit right in here. Sure, it's a mess right now, but there's some residual energy from those fearless experimenters that I don't think will ever dissipate. I could stay here. Oh, hi. Hey, aren't you? Did you come to the Night Noise once, or maybe I saw you play somewhere? Oh yeah, we play all over. We were talking about the people who built this. Friends of yours? We hung out last night, but I guess I have to go back now. Oh, run duck a grave. Hey, this book's in pretty good shape. The City of Ladies. Interesting. No, I've never read it either. Good question, let's take a look. Here we go, Minerva, Circe, Sappho, and some ladies from the Bible. I think they all get together and build a city. Sounds nice, I'll get us a bus ticket, huh? And ever since then I've just been treating it like a little cafe for the town. Oh yeah, you like to cook? I'm about as good as at cooking as I am at predicting the weather. But I make a mean damn waffle. If you want and you promise to keep it secret, I'll pass on my waffle recipe before I head out. Why so secretive? The mystery adds to the flavor. Well, I know I'm not sticking around. You think you'll do anything with this place? Hey, people gotta eat, right? Well, some people at least. Yeah, he's a robot. Are we going under the floorboards now? 3A. Lay paper flat. 3B, bring button left corner up to top right corner. 3C, crease with firm steady pressure along diagonal fold. Nikki applied only gentle pressure. Lusa Flowers felt more alive. She rolled her wrists. It was the 6th hour of her assigned company store shift and she'd make dozens of flowers. Ron had bought a bouquet and cleaned out their stock that afternoon. 11. Repeat steps for A7, for A to 7, For each petal, taking care not to rip the filaments from step 9. She put Ron's bouquet down in the sales ledger as romantic bouquet, but really he was just buying in bulk at a small discount, since the company started allowing resident workers to donate paper flowers to Aunt Connie for civic enthusiasm points, exchangeable for sick days. They'd become kind of shadow currency for local trade. A commotion outside caught Nikki's attention. Men yelling, blows landing. She put her work down and stepped out just in time to see the crowd disperse. There's been a lot happening in this town. Ah, there. Is it a tree? Something brown scurries up in the tree. The side of the tree. A squirrel? Too fast to tell. Don't want to eat a squirrel right now. Clyde and Cass sat cross-legged in the shade of a light aircraft, Cass shuttling carts and Clyde absently flipping through a stack of unopened letters. Demand for area stunts having faded almost completely and many of their company having died or aged out of the profession, Clyde and Cass found for their remaining pilots a steady flow of contract work delivering mail to remote rural areas, but this place was abandoned. Cass cards predicted that they'd be here for a while. Oh, there's more set up there now. There's a table now. But nothing interesting for the cat. Oh. Making loud noise. Yeah, I'll miss them for sure. Beautiful creatures and so thoughtful. I bet. Where do you think you'll go? Yeah, hard to say. Everybody's leaving, not that I blame them. Sometimes you only need a few people. I think the ceremony is around dusk. Yeah, we'll stick around. Nowhere to be. They're making a ceremony for the horses. Where are you flying to? Flying? Ha! I'm just checking to see if everything's working okay. You could fly her somewhere if you wanted to, tough. Though. Right? Of course. Here we go. Keep your distance now. Can I make it stop? No. I thought that was not motor activated, that he was doing it with his arms. He said that it would be that way. But it seems it isn't that way. Okay, Ezra's gone now. Ah, Wanda is awake. Part 4, Subsection G, Notes on Inhabitants. Small group, mixed duration of residence. Residence or a resident or visitor? I haven't decided yet. Well, I see. Well, you may not have much time. I'm making a survey of the site for potential reclamation. Alright, well, don't set up shop just yet. Ah, here. Oh damn, there he goes. What the fuck? Can you please decide on what you are doing? Don't do two things at once. I saw the design on a barn somewhere. Out by Lexington, so it might have been a horse barn, I think. Seemed appropriate, I don't know. What do you think? It's nice. What's it for? We're gonna put this up on the old barn as part of the ceremony. I'm honored to tell you the truth. Oh damn, there he goes. Can we go after him? In the bushes? Yeah. After the raccoon? Yeah. No. But it's probably full of thorns. Yeah, but raccoon. It's not happening. Okay, okay. Oh, don't pout. Tell you what, if that raccoon comes back into town, we'll leave some food out for him. Yes, ma'am. Ah, you're digging graves here? For the horses. This weather makes you kinda wish it never stopped raining. It's that damn heat got in my bones now and feels like I won't ever get it out. You could throw my bones in a pot of water and it would boil, but they'd hate that back at the old job. Alternative energy. If those greedy sons of bitches had finished that drainage ditch when they were supposed to. Well, I should put some of that bile into digging these holes. And going around again. Ah. Johnny and Guy are entering the waffles. Alright man, let's see what you've got. This one looks like it might still play. Oh, Bill Monroe, great. Yeah, I had a few of his. Man, this is a barnstormer. Popular? They used to be, but then the jukebox started to wear down. The longer it would run, the slower it would play. And then these weird echoes would start to come in. Like the music was leaking and just pooling up in the bottom somewhere until everything was drowning. After a few hours, no matter what you put in that jukebox, it would come out strange, wrong. I don't know. That sounds pretty cool to me, man. I even lived in there for a bit. No way. Yeah, too drafty. I moved out one winter and never looked back. It gets cold? Sure, when the sun is down. Nice old church, though. Really nice. Could make a nice workshop. There you go. No one here. Can I play with your thing? No. Ah, closer here. I really like this knife. It has an aura. You know what I mean? An aura? Yeah, like it wasn't exactly used to cut apples. It's meant for greater things. Yes, ma'am. Okay, they're moving to the graveyard over there. I think I should follow. One after the other here. Hey. Hey, don't run in the graveyard. Why not? It's people are trying to rest. They don't care. Agreed. Okay, it's not graveyard time yet. Oh. Something interesting is coming to pass here. What's that? A storm of leaves? That's weird. They're readying for the ceremony. Let's follow him. Or let's look around. I think I know where he's going. Let's see if we see someone else somewhere else. Not over there. Running around this, we have the best overview of the area. Okay, everybody's at the barn. Ah, it's evening now. Hey y'all, thanks for sticking around for this. I know we've all got places to. Well, if anybody still needs somewhere to go, be sure and speak up, okay? I think Ron's heading through the woods tonight, back to the road if you want to caravan. You staying, Em? Yeah, sure, I'll stay. I think we can build something here again. This place has good bones. For right now, though, we've got some friends to bury. The neighbors. Nikki has a poem and I have a song. If anyone wants to say anything, though, I'll go first. The neighbors were killed. Great. We're kind, gentle, beautiful horses. I used to go on walks with a silver one out in the woods. But why didn't anybody ever give them names? The silver one, well, I guess he was grey, but his coat looked silver in the light, so I always called him that in my head. And the other one is the other one. And I loved these horses. But you'd never know it if you heard me talk about them like that. So I'm sorry, Silver One and Other One. Sorry I don't have better names for you. You deserve better names. Also sorry I'm so bad at this. Anybody else having anything to say? I've got something to say. I just wanna say these heroes used to crap on my flaws, but it never bothered me too much. I never mentioned it to anyone. I didn't want to make a thing out of it. But if we're clearing the air, well, that happened and it's okay. I mean, recently too. I was cleaning up horse crap just a couple days ago, but I'm saying it was okay. It would have been okay if any of you wanted to crap on my floors. I just want to say that. I would have cleaned up after any of you, if you crapped on my floor. Thanks, Ron? Question mark? I was thinking about when all those canned carrots showed up in the mail. You all remember that? Somebody was calling around with those canned carrots they wanted to be rid of. And I guess Consolidated Power got word of it. So these cans of carrots showed up in the mail and we didn't know where they came from at first. I tried some out, no flavor to them. Some of them were grey, just awful. Rita said that's still okay to eat, like sometimes carrots just lose their color if they sit in a can too long. But nobody wanted them really. Well, Aunt Connie came on TV with a message like, hope these horses are enjoying their treat. And we thought, okay, these are for the neighbors. Sure, horses love carrots, right? But the neighbors wouldn't touch them, wouldn't even look at them. You'd think they were canned rocks. We opened a couple dozen and set them all out by the water trough. And they were still there a day later, even the raccoons steered clear. And then, of course, Consolidated sent us an invoice for every can we'd opened, already made out in company script. How do you like that? Okay, I guess we'd better move on. Nikki, you ready? Thanks for sticking around. Like Emily said, it's so good to have you all here for this. I think the neighbors would have liked this, all of us gathered here. They like to be around people. Maya, you and our other visitors might not know about the out-of-towner. He came here to work for the company, to dig a ditch, and the company worked him good and hard and for less than he was worth, but it wasn't enough. They had to use him up completely. After that, we became ungovernable. First out of shame, then grief, then anger. I wanted to write this poem because the neighbor led me through that time. I used to sit with them out in the woods. There's a clearing out there, it's about 20 minutes walk, directly away from everything. I mean, there's no reason to walk that direction unless you're going to this clearing. The neighbors like to graze there. There's a certain grass they like the best. It only grows in partial shade, deep in the woods. I'd go out to that clearing and just watch them, in my shame, grief and anger. And they knew, any of you who spent some time with these horses will remember, they knew just what I was feeling. I could tell. It radiated off them like sweat evaporating. Creatures of pure compassion. And forgiveness. That kind of forgiveness Frost meant when he wrote, something we somehow haven't to deserve. When I go, I want to be buried out there in that clearing and feed that grass they love. Loved. Look for me under your boot soles, as the fella says. She clears her throat and begins reading from the paper she's holding. For we who stayed in shame to penance pay, and hope to mercy find right where we sinned. Those hopes are withered, no mercy left, who could forgive us now we've buried our merciful friends. Isn't that supposed to rhyme? Apparently not. She directs her attention at Shannon. Our neighbors were the best of us, of course. It's always so, our better selves clear off ourselves, where we can see their glory glow. They glow not underground, our friends, with love. Our neighbors left us here, though not alone. So let me try instead to share your woe. Here where we lay our town and friends to rest, some other cherished fools will build their home. Then we buried the horses.
I've heard of a land of joy and peace and wonderful life. A beautiful place of mansions fair and skies so bright, where all who believe the Savior dear forever shall stay. And having been saved by grace divine, I'm going that way. I'm going that way. I'm going that way. Yes, dear, the Savior I adore is with me each day. I'm clinging to Him and never to stray, just singing praises all day long. I'm going that way. Well, glorious news I tell and sing as onward I go. For those who are still astray in sin, my Savior may know. I want them to sing that praise above some beautiful day. For glory to Him who I know I shall meet him at the gate when trials are past. I know I shall meet him face to face in glory at last. Oh, I believe that when we meet, well done, he'll say, while trusting my soul redeemed in love, I'm going that way. I'm going that way. I'm going that way. Yes, dear, the Savior I adore is with me each day. I'm clinging to him and never to stray. Just singing praises all day long. I'm going that way.
And now, our stupid robot finally walks away. So Ron, and I think this is Shannon. Could also be any of the other characters. I never paid too close attention to how they were drawn. That was a good song to end this game upon. I think we're about done with the game. I think it's my time to go away. Towards Dogwood Drive. Number 5, I assume. Yeah. Oh, we get another song. What an ending. That was great. Now, do we roll credits? Because I saw another interlude in the circle. Black screen. The end. So, Kentucky Route Zero. That was interesting and weird. I can't access the final interlude. That was an interesting and weird game. Can I... let's roll the credits by hand then. That was a weird and interesting game. Did some stuff in a totally different way than I expected. Me having to pick the verses for the song in the bar for one, and now picking the lines for the poem, and yeah. Also, it inspired me to sing along with the song at the end. That was great. All music recorded and mixed by Ben Babbitt. Additional mixing by Theo Karen at Hotel Earth, Los Angeles. And featuring songs recorded by the Badquid Ramblers, Emily Cross, Bob Buckstaff, and Ben Babbitt. So the three, Emily, Bob, and Ben, are the band that's always in it. Great. And yeah, Ben Babbitt is also designer of the game. And recorded the music and mixed the music. Wow. Okay, this was a weird game. Some weird things. Kickstarter things. Okay. Yeah, this game was 7 years under development, and I think it turned out a great game. Something different, something new, something exciting, something strange, a bit weird, and I'm not really sure what to take from this. But if they ever do another game, I'll be on board. Because that was good. That was good. It managed to convey emotion in a way that many games try but fail at, and it managed to do that very well. Especially at the end where they buried the horses with the poem and the song. That was quite well. They did that very well, so that I could really feel it. So, this will be it for Kentucky Route Zero. After this recording, I'll look up if like the interlude will still come out, then we'll one day see it. Or maybe it's locked somehow, in a way that I don't know. If so, we'll see us tomorrow with more Kentucky Route Zero. And if not, then we'll be changing to the next game, which is also a weird game that I heard weird stuff about, that just doesn't happen to be what I thought it was about. Like, I heard the name of the game already, and I thought, yeah, okay, that's nothing for me. And then I heard really good stuff about it, and I didn't want to spoil too much, so I'm talking about Pony Island, which will be tomorrow. So unless I get another interlude out of this. So have a nice day. See you tomorrow.